Hello, this is Erica and Miguel Merino from Miguel Merino Winery. We are a family business founded by my father-in-law in 1994, and since 2017 Miguel and I joined the project and were able to take over the production.
So we are in the town of Briones. Briones is a small town of 600 people in the heart of Rioja Alta, and all our wines come from vineyards exclusively from this town. We only produce 50,000 bottles per vintage, which is a very small number in Rioja, and we divide our wines into 8 different labels, 8 different cuvées, divided as well in 2 range of wines. One classic range, which is the first wines that my father started to make with Reserva and Gran Reserva wines. And since Erica and I joined the project in 2016-17, we started a new line of single vineyard terroir-driven wines. We're gonna start talking about these 5 wines. The first one we would like to say is our Blanco. We just make 3,000 liters of white wine per year, coming from really old vineyards of Viura and Crianza Blanca. This wine ferments in big barrels of 500 liters and stays with the lees for around 10 months before we bottle. It's a new concept of Blanco in Rioja, looking for a lot of freshness, a lot of minerality, and having the oak way behind. The second wine is our most important wine, because it's half of our production. All the rest of our wines come from vineyards that are older than us as a project, except for this wine, Viñas Jóvenes, in Spanish means young vines. These are the vineyards that we have planted in the last 25 years in different parts of our town, and we produce around 25,000 bottles of this wine. It's a wine, a lot of fruit, a lot of balance, a lot of elegance, probably the best way to start learning about what we do. Then we make 3 single vineyard wines, La Ínsula, La Quinta Cruz and La Loma. These are 3 really special vineyards. We work around 37 vineyards in total. All of them are fantastic, but for us these 3 are the ones with strongest personality, and that for us is very important when we make a single vineyard wine. We want to bottle wines which are completely different to anything else. La Ínsula, the first wine, is a tiny little vineyard of 1,000 square meters, planted near the Ebro River on a sandy soil, and it's Grenache grapes, plants planted in 1912. We only produce around 600 bottles per year of this wine. Second single vineyard is La Quinta Cruz. It's a 100% Mazuelo, which is Carignan Noir, with an incredible personality. It's very difficult to find this grape in our region, and this is one of the very few single vineyard Mazuelos in Rioja. And the last wine of the range is La Loma, a very, very special vineyard planted in 1946 on a very steep slope, and also we harvest around 3,000 kilos per year, so it's quite hard to find as well.
Yeah, and we also produce a classic range with our oldest vineyards. We mainly separate the vineyards according to soil orientation in order to give to each wine different styles. No? We produce 2 reservas in very, very small productions, and we have split those vineyards into 2 groups. For Vitola, we have the coolest and freshest soils, so we get, let's say, fresher, elegant and delicate reserva with lower oak intensity, because we only use about 30% of new oak barrels here. And then we have in the opposite side Miguel Merino Reserva, which is our more traditional Reserva. It's a wine that gets vineyards that were planted in the 60s and over, and they are both mainly produced with grapes of Tempranillo, with a little pinch of Graciano. And Miguel Merino Reserva gets the warmer soils, let's say south orientations and also western orientations. Here we try to show how Rioja tastes in a different way. And we have Gran Reserva, which is the essence of elegance. It's a wine that has to be extremely silky, velvety and smooth, and it's like an orchestra. It's very harmonic. Everything has to be there, nothing can outstand, but nothing can be missing. So it's our more, let's say, traditional wine. And well, this is all our range, and we hope you can get to enjoy it. And well, thank you very much for everything.
Sorry.
Bye bye.